What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. So I just finished watching episode 7 of Dragon Ball. Before I get into this video, just a quick reminder, if you guys don't know and if you guys are new here, my reaction to this show is going to be under my YouTube memberships, along with a bunch of other reactions that I have for other shows that I am watching. I have 2 levels of memberships over there. Level 1 is for $2.99, and you're going to get priority replies from me, special polls, and you're going to get live streams. I'm just waiting for my memberships to grow a little bit more so I can start those live streams so we can talk one-on-one and hang out. Level 2 is for $4.99, and you're going to get everything that level 1 has. Plus, you're going to get all of my reactions to shows like Dragon Ball, Naruto, She-Hulk, and House of the Dragon, along with any other movies that I may watch, and all of my uncut Try Not to Laughs. I've got one uncut Try Not to Laugh over there. I guess that's a good sign because I haven't run into any problems with my Try Not to Laughs. But again, that's why there's only one over there. So I guess it's a good thing. But anyway, go over there and check that out. And for those of you who are members, I appreciate you guys so much. And thank you guys so much for your support. I hope you guys are enjoying my reactions. Now, I'm watching Dragon Ball with the, I'm watching the CDs. So right now we're at the point where Goku, Bulma, Oolong they're on their way to find this 6th Dragon Ball. So now they're making the way to Fire Mountain, and Yamcha is still after them. And in the beginning, we see that he gave them a car which has some type of GPS, so he can track them, find out where they're going. So along the way, they get there and they see the big Fire Mountain. Now we also see Yamcha is trying to figure out what's going on with them, but then he hears somebody screaming. So we see this other girl, which later we find out her name is Chi-Chi. She's running from this big old dinosaur, and she's screaming and she's running. She doesn't seem like she's a fighter, but she's dressed in a cape and she has like some two-piece. She looks like a little girl, but I guess she's not. So anyway, at one point she's running, and she stops and she's got like this helmet, and she uses the top of it as a blade and slices the dinosaur's head off. So I'm like, whoa, okay, so who is this little girl? So anyway, the chase is on with Yamcha and his little pet trying to go after, Goku and the crew. Now, when it comes to Shu and Mai, I was like, wait a minute, it dawned on me, Shu Mai is actually a food. Anyway, and I've eaten Shu Mai before, and it's really good. So anyway, so we see that they obviously failed to get them again. They exploded in the last episode with the RV. So now they have to go and face, what is his name? I was going to say Pewee. That's not his name. Pilaf. So they have to go and face him. So they go and face him, and Maya's like, it'd be nice to get some encouragement from him. And she was like, yeah, it'd be nice. So when they get there, he makes like one nice remark, but then he's like, yeah, right. Do you think that I'm going to reward you guys with a nice, nice reward or whatever for doing nothing? So he fries them up. Apparently he has like all these hands, these mechanical hands, grabs them up, fries them up. But then he's like talking with his fork, and as he like points it out, he also gets fried too. So I'm like, look at how karma works. So anyway, now back to the crew. So at this point, Goku is, sorry you guys, my lighting continues to go down. I'm in the kitchen. So Goku gets on his flying Nimbus and he's trying to get into the castle, which is surrounded by fire, but he can't do it. So at this point, Bulma and Oolong is all the way out by the outside of it, waiting for him. So then they see this big giant and they get absolutely frightened. They get scared. He's like, what are you guys doing here? So they're lying to him, and he's like, are you here to steal my treasures? And they're like, no. So then Goku finally comes back. He's like, I'm not going to be able to go in there and get it, and in front of him. So now they're all scared. So then um what happens is, of course, before all of this, Oolong, Bulma, and Goku are outside talking when they get to the mountain, and they're talking about all these, like what happened, how the fire started, and getting the Dragon Ball. And meanwhile, Yamcha is just kind of behind them listening to this whole conversation. So anyway, fast forward. So Goku and the Giant, they get into a conversation, and Oolong and Bulma are like watching, scared. So apparently they start comparing notes, and he knows Gohan. He knows the master that gave him the flying Nimbus and everything. So they basically become friends. So he asks him, he's like, look, I need you to do me a favor. I need you to go. He has this certain fan, and this fan is the only thing that can blow the flames away from the castle. So then Goku takes the opportunity to say, okay, fine, I'll do you that favor, but I need a favor from you. I think you have something that's called the Dragon Ball. And he shows him the Dragon Ball. He's like, oh, I think this is something that I have in my castle. Sure, I'll give it to you. So then he also asked Goku to go find his daughter Chi-Chi, which is the little girl that we saw that killed the dinosaur. So he's like, all right, cool. So he leaves. Meanwhile, Yamcha is going back because that giant said he was overhearing the conversation, and he was like, oh shoot, I didn't know that was his daughter. If she's not okay, I'm going to be in trouble. So he goes back because I think he hit her. I forgot what he did to her. So he went back to see if she was okay, and she was still in the same place that he left her. So he basically lied to her. He was like, I'm in love with you. This is why I'm after you, and all this other stuff. So then he just kind of gets up and leaves. And then Goku comes around, and he's like, excuse me, is your name Chi-Chi? And she's like, oh yeah, you're the second boy that comes around and asks me if my name is Chi-Chi. So then he's like, okay, I was sent to come get you. I need your help in finding the master so we can get this fan. And she was like, oh, okay. So mind you, when Yamcha was just there, she was all blushing and stuff because he told her that he was in love with her. But now Goku asked for her help, and he goes and uses his foot to tap on her hot pocket to see if she's a girl. And I'm like, you know what? At this point, I shouldn't be surprised, but it just threw me off because I did not expect it. So she threw him off after that. She screamed at him. She threw him off the Nimbus. So then he got back up. They're back on the Nimbus. They're flying out. And then all of a sudden, he says to her, you didn't have to throw me off. And she was like, well, with your manners, like what else was I supposed to do type of thing. But then she kind of leans back and she starts blushing and laughing and giggling. And I'm like, did she like that? Like, what is happening right now? So long story short, they finally get to the master. He hasn't seen him in a while. So now they're there. And this is when the episode stops. So usually the episode ends, from what I'm noticing, is that there's this big fight and then everything is okay. But in this situation, it's like, all right, so what's going to happen next? So they're, it's like, is he going to be able to get the fan? Is he going to be able to get the Dragon Ball? We're going to have to check out the next episode. But yeah, so stay tuned for the next episode. But leave your comments down below. Let me know what you guys thought of episode 7 of Dragon Ball. Let me know what you guys thought of my review. And if you haven't done so, subscribe to my channel, hit like, share, and don't forget to hit the notification bell so you guys can get notified whenever I pop up on your feed. I'll see you guys later. Toodles!